A major group for women, Sehnaz Kiymaz, you have the floor.
Thank you. Esteemed participants, Sehnaz Kiymaz from Turkey, speaking on behalf of the Women's Major Group. Achieving gender equality, the realization of all women's and girls' rights and empowerment are essential to achievement of all SDGs. We call for recognition of three cross-cutting elements that need to be at the core of all actions to transform business as usual into transformation and sustainable development: the human rights framework, gender equality, and justice and sustainability criteria. Our intervention today will focus on 4 main points, and the full version will be submitted online: best practices and systematic barriers, securing means of implementation, inclusion of civil society, particularly in women and girls, into all levels and mechanisms, and our role going forward. In setting the stage for the next 15 years, we must reflect the best practices we heard during this HLPF firmly in the official forum documents. These include meaningful civil society participation, gender budgeting, and progressive taxation systems, to name only a few. We need political will, scaling up of resources, and accountability to move quickly forward. There is yet an alarming absence of focus on means of implementation and associated systematic issues throughout the HLPF process, even though this is the heart of Agenda 2030. We need to target the global concentration of wealth, yet there is no reference to fiscal policies here or elsewhere. The HLPF and the regional follow-up processes must tackle systematic barriers and challenge the current development paradigm that contributes to deepening and magnifying social, economic, and ecological exploitation, inequalities, and exclusion. This includes land and resource distribution, trade and investment agreements, militarism and conflict, corporate accountability, and patriarchy and fundamentalisms. If the SDGs are to be a game changer, these obstacles need to be addressed together, and the means of implementation must be clarified and enforced. Implementation of the SDGs must open an open, transparent, non-hierarchical cooperation with civil society and social movements in all their diversities. It will be crucial to provide diverse women's and feminist groups and LGBTI+ organizations with adequate funding and training to support their roles as right holders, holders of knowledge and expertise, agents of change, and evaluators of progress. This will require communication of the agenda in a manner that will make it meaningful and useful for all people. We appreciate the ownership of the agenda shown by the 22 reporting countries. To ensure that the review process is human rights-based, accurate, and continuous, we recommend each country to report 3 or 4 times before 2030, with inclusion of diverse local and national CSOs at all levels. Formal mechanisms must be established to consider and other constituencies to establish spaces for dialogue between reporting countries and major groups and all rights holders through official events to ensure greater accountability. As civil society and non-state actors, we present our willingness to assist states to develop accountability processes for inclusion of individuals and communities that have historically been left behind. We willingly share our knowledge and skills in implementation and measuring progress on SDGs. Thank you.